not a whole lot of ado. This is House of David, Season 1, Episode 2. Heads up, I think that this is probably the worst episode that I've seen so far. I hadn't finished the season yet when I decided to start doing this, so I have not seen past Episode 4. So after that, it's a mystery. But of the ones that I've seen, this one is definitely the weakest episode, and also the most don't like a couple of things about it, which I will definitely get into when they occur. But for now, sit back and watch House of David Episode 2 with me. So David and his mom are at a Jewish ceremony of some kind, something to do with the creation of the world. I don't know what it is due to my not being Jewish and thus not super familiar with all of their ceremonies and traditions. I'd assume that this is accurate.
You and your child defile the name of Jesse and all of Bethlehem.
Perhaps you have heard. I see things, visions. And would you like to know what I have seen? History will know my son's name long after yours is forgotten.
How dare you?
So I'll get into this a little bit more
Am I a curse?
later.
Quiet yourself and listen. What do you hear?
Nothing.
Close your eyes and listen closer. Not just with your ears, but with your soul. Deep calls to deep. And in the still and quiet, you will hear God. Listen to him. He will tell you who you are. Not them.
I hear nothing.
You will.
Okay, so that was kind of accurate. In the biblical narrative, David does actually frequently hear from God directly. He was still spoken to by prophets, but he is the only king, I believe, who did not have to fully rely on them. God told him stuff.
Not beyond the wall, David. David?
I know!
Okay, so David's mom tells him not to go beyond the wall, and he does. See if bad things occur because of that.
Deep calls to deep. Show me who I am.
There's a double meaning in that.
David is a lion. Also, David's in trouble. Okay, that one's actually a real lion.
Stay very still, David. He will sense your fear. Understand? Calm your breath. And David, my son, I love you with all my heart.
Emo? Emo, no! David!
Okay, now the lion doesn't look real.
Let's have it.
So David goes out past the wall like he wasn't supposed to. Lion shows up and kills his mom.
Life will be so very hard for you.
Accurate.
I won't be here.
No, you will be better. You will.
He calls to me. He showed me what you would become.
What?
Remember.
Remember
David,
what?
come
No! Eva, no!
David, come.
No! Please!
Son.
This kid really is exhibiting the fact that it's actually easier to do hyper emotional scenes than it is just being a normal person, because he's doing better at the crying than he was at just listening to his mom. Oh, she died. I'm so shocked.
Go to the east field. Keep the sheep.
Why?
Because to grieve, I can no longer look upon you.
I want to see her.
Leave this house.
No, I want to see
Leave
Ema.
this house. Go. Tend the sheep.
He needs a bigger stick. So I think the implication from the last episode is that he killed the lion that killed his mom.
Saba, look! Look!
She called him Saba. I don't know who this girl is.
My son, are you alright? When will you learn? Do not defy me again. You won't scare you anymore.
I think it's believable it could be the same lion. I mean, it was probably less than 10 years before. I don't know how long lions live. My favorite animal as a kid. You think that would be information I just have? Okay, so if I was on the script writing team for this show, for that entire opening sequence, I would have sent it back and said, we need to rewrite this. What is this? So this is the war for the Rohirrim, or of the Rohirrim. I don't even remember. It doesn't matter. No one's going to see it again. They decided to take this person that the Bible didn't even think was worth saying the name of, and decided to make her a prophetess and the most important person in David's life, which A mother is, but it's the fact that it came at the expense of making Jesse not important and an actual obstacle in his life. And I don't understand why they would decide to crap all over Jesse when there really is no indication that he was a bad person. Really, the only thing that we know about him is he's David's father. He may have called David a worthless son, which we don't know what led up to that. Maybe he was. I mean, he spent a lot of time writing poetry and playing music, and fathers are not known for being super understanding of that throughout history. But we also know that he was the grandson of one of the great men of the Bible, Boaz. I don't know what the deal was with this seeming hatred of Jesse is and making him seem like a terrible person for no reason. It doesn't really add anything, and it credits some of David's great lines in Psalms with coming from his mother. So it's the weird feminist rewriting thing. And it's extremely annoying inside of a biblical narrative when it comes at the expense of other characters, especially. That's one of the biggest things, is not when you have a powerful woman, but when you have a powerful woman that you make more powerful by demeaning a man for no reason. Jesse, there's no reason to dislike Jesse inside of the biblical narrative. Heck, we don't even know that David's mother was dead at this point. It doesn't say. I don't know. That whole sequence felt like it jumped the shark a little bit, and it really put me on edge going forward when I first saw it. I did come around and still enjoy it, but the entire flashback, honestly, the whole beginning, I would have cut it completely. And I also would have rewritten Jesse's interaction with David when he comes back. I guess I could kind of see, like, he did defy him. He left when he, not particularly fervently said, "Don't go."
Stop, don't come back.
Which I understand. Sometimes you just want to quietly tell your kids don't do something because, they don't listen when you yell, so why put any effort into it? But also disagree with making David defiant of his father, because the Bible says that David did right in the eyes of the Lord all the days of his life, except for the incident with Bathsheba. And the fifth commandment is honor thy father and thy mother. So I don't think that he was super disobedient and disrespectful to his dad. I don't really care for how Jesse is written inside of this show so far. I don't know how that goes going forward, but it is definitely the worst part of the show, is his and David's interaction. Like, they do show that he loves David and stuff in his own way, but I don't know how they justified making it like this. So now we go to Saul's house, and he is not doing well because Samuel said, "You're going to be a little crazy." Evil spirit came upon him, to quote the Bible.
How long have I been sleeping?
Curious where they filmed this, because it's a nice set. It's a unique looking castle. It does not look like a medieval palace or an Arabian palace. It's a really cool set.
He seems more like himself this time.
Yeah, speak to me.
Screams. As if he were being burnt alive. I cannot purge them from my mind.
Please, another time.
What did Samuel do to him?
I don't know.
The interaction with Saul's family is really strong and really good. And I love how Jonathan is written. That is accurate. If you are the oldest child and you have a protective instinct in you, you never stop looking after your siblings, even when they get older. All of my sisters are in their 30s, and I will still jump if they need anything. That's just how it is. And even if you're an adult, you see your sister crying, you go and comfort her, and everything that Jonathan does there is so well done. He can't do anything. He wishes he could, does what he can, and it's really good. And none of this is in the Bible, but it is. Saul was tormented by an evil spirit, and all of this feels very extrapolated from that fact. It would have affected his family. It would have affected those around him, and we don't know how long it lasted, but presumably, I mean, even if it's a week, your dad being insane is not a great thing. And so showing how it would affect his family and the kingdom of Israel. I mean, their king is out. We just lived through 4 years of that in America. So this is all stuff that it's not in the Bible, but it is in the Bible. They just didn't go into detail about it because 1st and 2nd Samuel are more like a chronicle, like reading a basic history of Israel book. So it focuses on the big events, which is Saul went insane. Anyway, then Samuel anointed David. And you don't really get all the minutia of the in-between. And so we're allowed to fill in the gaps for that and try to figure out, okay, so what was that like? What can we extrapolate about these people's personalities? And one thing that they kind of go into later is Saul is not like a wimpy King Henry VI going crazy. Saul is a large man in his physical warrior prime. And when someone like that goes crazy, it's a little bit like the Hulk. Like, what do you do? Is he violent? It says it was an evil spirit. They're not really known for being friendly and giving people hugs. There's a lot that you can read into from just that knowledge and showing, the kingdom still has to be run. How do we do that without him? Who has to take up the reins and that kind of stuff? I really like it. It's good. Most of this is very well written.